Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the last episode of this season with Ajax. Of course, the series is still continuing, but the last episode of this season. Right now, we're playing PSV 3 games before the end of this season, and after that, obviously, we then still have 2 games. So let's take a look at the 3 games that we've played. We beat Ajax 1-0 thanks to Anthony. We then beat Groningen 1-0 thanks to Anthony again. And then we beat Heerenveen 3-2. We actually went down 1-0. Then Boré put us up 2-1. Obispo got Heerenveen back, scored their second goal. And then Lassina Traoré off the bench to score the winner, a late winner for us. So we now have 3 games left. PSV away from home, Roda at home, and Utrecht at home. As you can see, we are still in first. We are 4 points above AZ because AZ have played their game in hand. If they would have lost that game that they just played, then we would actually already be champions. But as you can see, it's the top game is the game against Roda. They beat them 7-1. So we still have to do our duty. As you can see, 4 points. So if we win, then we are officially the champions again. Because then we are 7 points ahead with only 2 games to go. And these are the 11 men that are going to try to get the win for us against PSV. So Onana in goal, Frimpong, Markovic, Luperto and Rensch, Anthony, Alvarez, Gravenberg and Asensio, Traoré and Boré to start for us this game. Normally, I would start the episode by showing you a couple of players that are close to the first team. But I took a look at the squads at Young Ajax and the under-18s, and I thought to myself, there are a lot of very good young players, a lot of promising young players, but besides the players that I've already shown you, there aren't that many players that are really that close to the first team. So instead of showing you guys players that aren't actually close to the first team, I won't show you guys young players just for the sake of showing you more players. Instead, what I'll do is I'll show you the youth intake, which has just happened, and I'll put it on screen right now. Feel free to pause it if you want to take a closer look at it. As you can see, it is very disappointing. We've only signed up 3 players from it, but that was the youth intake. Let's get straight into the game against PSV, and it is going to be a triple live come today, so I'll probably only do the talk during the highlights of the games. Otherwise, it will be way too long because, of course, we also have the end of season review. So let's take the game to PSV and hopefully beat them. So one of the things that happened in between, not only did we win 3 games, of course, there was also an international break. The weird thing was that our players were only gone for about 4 days. And we had 87 international call-ups. That's right, 87 players going to their country to play some international games, either for the main squad or the under-21s or the under-20s or the under-19s or whatever, as we concede a penalty here. And it's probably going to be scored as well. 26 minutes. Çalhanoğlu, no. Of course, it's our old player, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. His 15th goal of the season for PSV already. And he puts them up 1-0. It would be very disappointing to lose this one, with this game being, of course, a derby, a rival game. But on the other hand, as Donjel Malen scores an insane goal, 2-0. On the other hand, the most important thing is to get that league title, which we still will do. Otherwise, we would have to drop points in both games, and I don't see that happening at all. But we don't want to lose too badly against PSV here. And there's the halftime whistle. And it's not looking too good. It is not looking good at all. So let's talk to the players that they'll have to do better in the second half. And let's see what they can do in this second half. 45 minutes to go to get some goals and to not lose to PSV. Instead, Donjel Malen makes it 3-0. What is going on? Another big game that we are losing. We had Juventus, we had AZ, and we're now actually using a different tactic than we were in those games. And we're still losing. We're losing to PSV now, who are in third. And here's the corner kick again for PSV. We've made a couple of changes. We've gone way more attacking. Luckily, they missed the header from that corner, but there are only 7 minutes left now for us to get 3 goals. And I think that's a very tough ask. And the way we're playing right now, it's not going to happen. Also, Traoré is still an 8 Man of the Match award, so he still needs to get 1 more Man of the Match to get the new record instead of Borré. But when we keep playing like this, that is not going to happen either. Only injury time left now. And that's going to be it. There is the final whistle. And we lost 3-0. That's actually going to be enough for me to throw a water bottle. I mean, you can be demotivated, but you lost 3-0 to PSV while we're in first, and we need pretty much to win every game. We have the quality of players to win everything. Why is it a tactical blunder? It hasn't actually proved to be successful, but just one of those things. I'll see you guys in just a second for the home game against Roda. And here we are for the second game of the episode, the penultimate game of the season, playing at home against Roda. We should be beating them. We're going to make a couple of substitutions. We're going to rotate the side a little bit, as there are a couple of players that are not too happy with their playing time, and probably deservedly so. I mean, Daley Blind hasn't featured in a lot of matches, so it has Justin Kluivert. So this is going to be the team as I'm just scrolling around to see if there's any more players unhappy. But I guess it's only Borré, but he just hasn't been performing at all. So what I want to do here is, well, firstly, this is going to be the starting 11. Onana, Frimpong, Alvarez, Blind, Ruggeri, Van de Beek, Gravenberch, Kluivert, Eriksen, Anthony and Traoré. As you can see, we are playing the 4-2-4 again. It's a little bit more the attacking tactic, but playing at home against a team like Roda, I think that is the right tactic to use. I think we should be beating them quite easily. And there we go, there is the kickoff. And what I like about the last 2 match days is that everybody's playing at the same time, the same day, the exact same kickoff time. So we can, in real time, see how AZ are doing too, as Eriksen makes it 1-0. His 6th goal of the season, and it could be our league-winning goal right there in the 7th minute already. So a couple of things that I still want to talk about. I've shown you guys the youth intake. I've told you about the international call-ups. I've also got some bad news, and that is that Liverpool have broken our record. That's right, we had the record of scoring the most goals in one Champions League season with 37, which we got, I think, 1 or 2 years ago. But now Liverpool have already scored 38, and there are still, I think that's only the semi-finals, so they could still score even more. So that is a little bit of bad news. Then to go on to a little bit more positive news, as Anthony makes it to his 19th goal of the season, and that should seal the deal for us. This game should be done, and that should give us the league title already after just 15 minutes played. Very quickly going 2-0 up against Roda. Last time out, they actually beat us in the league. As one of the only games in the league that we lost in the first half of the season. Doesn't look like any of that right now. Young Ajax, they won the Keukenkampioen-divisie. I've told you guys last season, I think, they can't get promoted, so that is a little bit disappointing. It would be a little bit overpowered if they were to get promoted, to have both Ajax and Young Ajax in the Eredivisie. If that would be possible, then sometime in the future you would actually be able to have both of your senior squad and your second squad in European competition. Would be great, would actually be amazing, but that's not possible as Anthony makes it 3-0. And I'm actually not that excited anymore because this game is already done. Well, of course I'm excited, but I'm not gonna scream anymore for every goal because we've won the league right now. AZ aren't, you know what? No other game have had a goal yet, and we're already leading 3-0 just inside the half-hour mark. Could even be 4 right here. Traoré does make it 4 just within 30 minutes. So, as I was saying, Young Ajax have won the Keukenkampioen-divisie. The under-18s have won the under-19s competition too. Not only that, they've also won the Under-19s Champions League, or how it's called in real life, the UEFA Youth League, by beating, I believe it was Juventus Under-18s, which gives us a little bit of revenge for them knocking us out of the actual Champions League. not only did they beat them 6-1 in the final. So that again just shows how insanely good our youth facilities, but also our youth players are at the moment, and that's really promising for the future. And there's the halftime whistle. I've actually just noticed now that the entirety of the first half was only highlights, so it's a little more highlights than the first game. When I say a little bit, I mean a lot more highlights than the first game. The second half, on the other hand, is a little bit less interesting. I mean, as you can see, there are already 15 minutes played and nothing has happened yet. The first highlight is right here, as Anthony could almost make it 5, but a good block by their defense. And we're already 6 minutes further into the game, and Raphael Borré, who has just come onto the pitch instead of Anthony, gets his goal of the night, makes it 5-0. In the meantime, AZ are still drawing their game 1-1. And again, 6 minutes further into the game, we get another chance. Eriksen on the left side, Gravenberg. Eriksen already scored one this game, this time a good save by their goalkeeper, and they clear it out for a corner kick. We have made our 3 subs already. We've subbed on Borré, Morera and Klepson, and that's probably going to be no more goals towards the end of the game, I think, at least. Of course, it could be possible. Roda could still get a goal here, or maybe we could. But whether that happens or not, I mean, I think it's pretty certain that we've picked up the 3 points here, as they might even get a red card. He's going to look over to the VAR to see if it was in the box or not. I don't think it was, but I do think it's worthy of a yellow, and he's already on a yellow, so he should be sent off. It's not a penalty, and it's not even a card. And that's only 1 minute left. And is that Daryl Janmaat who is playing for Roda right there, or is it another Janmaat? I'm not sure. I think Daryl Janmaat is getting a little bit older, but I'm not even sure how old he would be in the game right now. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure how old he is in real life, and I don't even know where he's actually playing in real life. Still 30 seconds left in the game, and I don't think, as I said, I don't think anything's gonna happen anymore. I think this is the end of the game highlight, unless Traoré scores this, but he just narrowly misses the goal right there. And there's the full-time whistle, and as you can see, we are champions of the Eredivisie once again, deservedly so. In the end, it was a lot closer than it should have been. We lost against AZ, we lost against PSV. Of course, earlier in the season when we lost to Roda, completely unnecessary. We should have won that. But there we go, we have the league title in the end, and that is the most important thing. So I said that it was going to be a triple livecom, I believe, but it's not going to be. I'm going to do the third game off camera, and then I'll get back to you in just a second for the end of season review. And here we are at the end of season review. As you can see, we won 2 trophies this season, the Eredivisie and the Johan Cruijffschaal. The last game that we just played, we beat FC Utrecht 4-0. Goals by Eriksen from a free kick from a long way out. And the second goal was Anthony. Then the third goal was Peña. And the fourth goal was for his first goal back at the club, Toby Alderweireld. So happy that he got on the score sheet too. So you're about to see what the league looked like in the end. Of course, first let's look at the new arrivals. And let's only look at the important ones. So Eriksen, he got a C+ from the board, 25 appearances, 7 goals, 5 assists. Toby Alderweireld, only 13 appearances and only 1 goal, and that 1 goal was scored in that last match that we just played. So the board aren't happy mainly about his wages. Then we have Buffon, the same thing. Might have been a little bit of a nostalgia buy. But you know, we have Buffon at the club, and he's only on 2.5k a week. I mean, it's not that high wages. Let's see if there are any other big players that have come in. I don't think so. I'm not too sure, but I don't think so. Nope. That was it. That was all the important players. Oh, we just could have sorted it by the amount of games that they would have played. Yeah, but that's not for the main squad. All right. Let's go to the season's results. As you can see, we won that last match 4-0. Utrecht, by the way, they also had 2 goals disallowed. Our average home attendance is 56,000, which is higher than our maximum attendance for last season. Of course, we had that stadium expansion to 59k, so that is good. Traoré, the top scorer, with 28 league goals in 34 games. There you can see it. In the end, we finished 7 points above AZ, PSV 6 points behind them, and then Feyenoord 10 points behind them. So it wasn't really close at the end of the day. And Utrecht actually got to the Europa League. I think they won the cup then. And of course, PEC Zwolle, Roda. Well, PEC Zwolle is still to play playoffs. Roda and Cambuur are relegated. A B-. I mean, we had to win the league. We won the league. Don't know how that's only a B-. But the Champions League, Anthony top scorer with 7 goals. Only a C. The Dutch Cup probably an F. There it is. Only Kluivert with 1 goal. We only played 1 match. And the Super Cup, Traoré scoring those 4 goals against AZ. So, only a C+ again. Moments to remember. The biggest win, a 9-0 win over Sparta. I actually already forgot that one. Traoré scored 4 goals in that match too. Match to remember, 7-1 against AZ. And the goal of the season was actually in that match. And it was Asensio's 22nd minute strike. So, all in all, a good season. Well, I don't want to necessarily say a good season. I mean, we lost the cup. We lost in the first knockout round of the Champions League. It was a season where we did what we had to do. We won the league, we won the Super Cup, and we didn't even win the cup. So it's actually not that good of a season. We have sold a lot of shirts, and this really stands out to me. Normally, your non-domestic sales would be about 10% of your total sales, but right now it's a lot more. So maybe that's down to us having more affiliate clubs in other countries. So that's a cool thing. And the most sold shirts were Traoré, Borré, Van de Beek, Asensio, and Anthony. Not very surprisingly there. Our most used lineup, everybody above is, at least a 7.0. So Onana, Frimpong, Gvardiol, Markovic, Rensch, Gravenberg, Van de Beek, Anthony, Asensio, Traoré, and Borré. I'm actually surprised that Rensch is in there. I mean, it says he has 28 appearances, but I think a couple of those were for young Ajax too. I don't think he started 25 times for us. But either way, a very, very strong lineup indeed. So let's look at the accolades. As I said, we didn't even win the cup, but we did win 2 trophies. We actually got the manager of the year. What it says right here, 2020-2021 season. Oh no, it's since then. So we haven't won the manager of the year. That was last season, I believe. Oldest player, Gianluigi Buffon, probably will beat that next season. He'll probably have 1 more match. Traoré with 8 player of the matches is actually not a record breaker, but it's a record equalizer. Lance player of the season, Traoré. Young player of the season, Traoré, with 23 years old. Signing of the season actually being Eriksen. Goal of the season, Asensio. Top goal scorer, Traoré. Anthony with the most assists. Traoré with the most player of the match awards. And Anthony with the highest average rating. African Footballer of the Year, I've told you that one. And Gravenberg actually picking up the Dutch Young Player of the Year, and Onana picking up the Goalkeeper of the Year. So there we go, we've won the Eredivisie, we've won the Johan Cruijffschaal. So next season, of course, we have to be better than this. Look at that, they just beat Kenya under 20s with 7-0. Of course, next season we have to be better than this season. I think we should get further than the first knockout round in the Champions League, and I think we have to win every domestic trophy there is to win. Having said that, there are already some transfers done, some major transfers for next season, and I'm very much looking forward to using those players. And I honestly can't wait. So if I were you guys, really watch out for that next episode, because it's gonna be a very good one. There's gonna be a lot of transfers, mostly youth players, but also a couple of big first team players in there. And as I said, I can't wait. I hope you're just as excited. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe as well if you haven't already, and to make sure you won't miss that next episode. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.